The fluorescent lights in the shelter cast a nervous glow over the rows of dog kennels. Max, a once lively golden retriever, now curled up in the corner, his tail tucked between his legs. 8 years ago, he was a playful puppy, a whirlwind of wagging tails and sloppy kisses. But today his eyes carried the faded pain of betrayal, the heavy weight of abandonment that weighed down on his spirit. It was his family, the only one he had ever known, that brought him back. Unforeseen circumstances, they said, their voices heavy with the sorrow that mirrored his own. Max recognized their scent as they led him through the familiar shelter doors, the place he had once left full of hope, with his tail wagging. The shelter staff were devastated. They had watched Max grow from a playful pup into a loyal companion. His story resonated with countless hearts when a viral video of his sorrowful face broke the internet. The caption, "The only family I've ever known returned me to the shelter after adopting me as a puppy 8 years ago," echoed the collective sadness of the shelter team. Days turned into weeks, and Max's spirit slowly faded. He refused food, his once bright eyes now filled with a deep, somber sadness. The shelter staff tried everything, showering him with love and attention, but his heart remained closed. He had lost his family. How could he ever trust anyone again? Then, one evening, a man with familiar lines etched into his face walked into the shelter. His eyes, rimmed with red from unshed tears, were fixed on Max, the weight of the years bearing heavily on him. He knelt beside Max's kennel, his voice a gentle hum that stirred something deep within Max's weary soul. The shelter staff watched in a mix of disbelief and awe as the man softly whispered to Max, his voice filled with a love that transcended words. The man, who the staff later learned was Max's original owner, had faced his own unforeseen circumstances, but he had never forgotten the dog he had entrusted to his family all those years ago. He had been following Max's story, his heart breaking at the sight of his once joyful companion, now lost and alone. The shelter honored the man's request for privacy, sharing only a vague update. Max has found a new forever home. But the truth was much warmer. Max had found his way back to the man who had given him his first taste of love, fleeting as it may have been. The man's face, now lit up with a tender smile, took Max home, promising him a life filled with park walks, sunny afternoons, and unconditional love.